this morning for the Dubai Tennis Championship, and Alejandro Davidovic Fokina will be up against Andrei Rublev today by 11 o'clock, as Botivat Zanglop will be up against Mark Yumar, and Alexander Zverev will take Christopher O'Connell, and Lorenzo Sonego will be up against Felix Auger-Aliassime by 1 o'clock, while Bonacori battles Thanasi Kokinakis by 2 o'clock. Pavel Kotov will take on Uba Okars by 3:30, and Talan Grespor will lock hands with Novak Djokovic by 4 o'clock. Dani Medvedev will be the last game of the day when it takes on Alexander Bublik. And games decided this morning in Mexico, Acapulco ATP 500.
Okay, Matteo Berrettini won because Alex Molcan retired from that game, but Nuna Burgess is through. Brendan Nakashima is through. Elias Yamar is through. We also have Jacopo Berrettini through. Vicente McDonald through. Alex de Minaur is through to the next round in the tournament.
Okay, quickly looking at what is also going down in Chile. The Chile Open Santiago. Looking at results of games coming from that and Christian Garin through. We'll also look at games scheduled for today. 8 o'clock tonight. Lorenzo Musetti will take on Jean Monard, and Thiago Monteiro take on Marco Cecchinato by 10:30. At the Austin Open, Sloane Stevens, Anna Lena Fritzman, Daniel Collins, Coco Vanderwey, Cathy McNally, all through to the next round. For game scheduled for today, 6 o'clock, Katia Voinet will take on Anastasia Potapova. Varvara Grakeva will be up against Anna Blinkova, while Ethan Watson, it's been a long time, she will be up against Sloane Stevens. Well, let's just move away from that and let's talk about the NBA. Well, no LeBron James. Problem for LA Lakers. Yes, before anybody says anything. Yes, LeBron James. LA Lakers lost 109 to 121 points against Memphis Grizzlies. But for other games, Milwaukee Bucks defeated Brooklyn Nets 118 to 104 points, as Atlanta Hawks lost at home 116 to 119 points against Washington Wizards. And for Houston Rockets against Denver Nuggets.
Well, it was a huge loss to
Houston
Denver
Rockets.
Nuggets.
Sir?
It was a huge loss from Houston Rockets to Denver Nuggets, 112 points to 133 points. Oklahoma City Thunder lost at home to Sacramento Kings, 117 points to 123. Dallas Mavericks against Indiana Pacers, that was 124 points in favor of Indiana Pacers. Utah Jazz lost at home to San Antonio Spurs, 94 points to 102 points. It was a great game for Golden State Warriors, 123 points, winning Portland Trail Blazers, who lost by 105 points. LA Clippers lost on the home front against Minnesota Timberwolves, 101 points to 108 points.
Okay, so those are the results of games played in the NBA in the wee hours of today. And with that, we jump straight to look at updates coming from the world of football. Remember, Nigeria's under-20 national team are not backing down. They'll be playing in the quarterfinals of the tournament in Egypt. Remember, Nigeria's under-20 national team also at the tournament in Egypt. The victory for them against their opponent in the quarterfinal will also secure a place for them in a global football showpiece. But hey, before that, the Flying Eagles of Nigeria won the CAF Under-20 Group Stage Fair Play Award. This was announced on the CAF's official social media handle on Tuesday. Lada and Bozo side finished runners-up in Group A after winning 2 and losing 1 of the 3 games. Remember, they lost against Senegal, the opening game 1-0. Now, they'll be back tomorrow when they face Uganda in the quarterfinals in the, with the 2023 Under-20 World Cup ticket at stake. Let's move away from that and let's talk the Italian Serie A. This morning, Jose Mourinho is furious after his side lost against Cremonese.
Well, he has threatened legal action against 4th official Marco Serra after the Portuguese was sent off in Roma's 2-1 Serie A loss to Cremonese on Tuesday. Mourinho's side fulfilled the chance to move up to the second of the league table, going home without any points after Daniel Ciofani's 83rd minute winner from the penalty spot. And now for the first time this season, the Roman boss was given the marching orders by referee Marco Pettini, shortly after halftime, and his side won a new down, falling a row to the sidelines with Syria.
Well, for Jose Maria, remember this is not the first time, like the report said, but looking at that game yesterday, Cremonese won their first game of the Italian Serie A season. So, I mean, for Cremonese, they came with a good fight. That is what we are saying here. And what for AS Roma, they have to just look back and see what they did wrong and how they can be better.
It's just a simple case of never give up. Always push forward. You always achieve your goals. I'm becoming a motivational speaker on sports this morning. You need the shakere. Let me use my hand.
Okay, if nobody's clapping for you, clap for yourself.
All right, Juventus 1, Torino 4-2. We already told you the result about Cremonese and AS Roma. That was a 2-1.
And with the way table stands right now, AS Roma is 5th on the I almost said MPFL.
No, Syria.
But for Cremonese, 19th on the Italian Serie A log. Look at their last 5 games.
Lost, draw, win. So it's like the last one,
which they drew against Torino 2-2.
They were actually ready for AS Roma. The AS Roma didn't see this coming.
They never saw this coming.
Okay,
okay, we move away from that and let us also look at. Okay, now let's talk about English Premier League games for tonight. Well, it is going to be a tough one. Arsenal,
Everton again. Oh my God! I can't wait to see the return leg of this. Of this match.
Okay. I think, that's the reason Laffy is hiding his face. Oh, I see. Okay, but Mikel Arteta is saying here, the team is good enough. It is not about having a confirmed first team, but everybody must be ready to win games.
We assess that situation every single day. The fact that we have options right now and we have some players coming from injuries give us alternatives, which is going to be crucial because players that can maintain the same level for 10 months is just impossible, and we need to change, and we have to generate alternative and be more unpredictable sometimes for opponents as well, and we have those options now.
Having options is always good for a manager. However, what will be the option of Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp when his team battles Wolverhampton Wanderers?
Like Vladimir said, they are back. We hope to see the full form of Liverpool this
back like Baka.
Baka.
Okay, I just want to check something here. The head-to-head. Okay, looking at the results of Wolverhampton Wanderers in the past 3 games, Wolverhampton Wanderers defeated Liverpool 3-0 the last game in the Premier League. But in the FA Cup, Liverpool won. It was 2-2 in the FA Cup in the first leg. But remember, I mean, it has been...
What's the standing of Wolves on the table, though?
What did you say?
The standing of Wolves on the table.
Oh, their positions.
Yes.
Actually.
Wait, let's just see.
Liverpool is 7th.
Okay.
Wolves is 15th.
They have a chance.
24, 36 points.
But you not go and do them like KS Roma Cremonese, where they underestimated. It can happen.
Here is Jurgen Klopp speaking ahead of the game tonight.
To give it a proper go in this game tomorrow night against the team we played more often than any other team, I think, this season. And that's good. So we know a lot about each other. They know, of course, a lot about us as well. But we know it will not be easy, but that's now not the newest or the most surprising information. So we have to make sure we are ready. And I know Anfield will be. And then we have to do our part.
If it is about doing your part, well, remember, everything a team will always want to get is a win. But not really a good news still coming from Liverpool squad, as Luis Diaz will not be fit in time for Liverpool's Champions League second leg away at Real Madrid. Diaz has not played for the Reds, since suffering a knee injury in a 3-2 Premier League defeat against Arsenal in October. Okay, but now let's talk about Phil Foden this morning.
Well, he was the latest to be back among the goals, following one of the lowest spots of his career after he doubled out Manchester City to victory over Bristol Citadel. Citizens cruised into the FA quarterfinals on Tuesday as Foden scored twice before Kevin De Bruyne added a superb late third to see off the championship.
Okay,
host.
Matt, but let's look at the fixtures of games going down the FA Cup today.
Southampton will be up against Grimsby Town. Burnley will be home and they'll be hosting Fleetwood Town. Manchester United will take on West Ham United. Sheffield United will be up against Tottenham Hotspur.
Those are the fixtures of games in the FA Cup. Well, remember, Copa del Clash, we see Osasuna take on Athletic Bilbao. In the French Ligue 1, but Coupe de France. In France, Nantes will take on Lens. Toulouse will take on Rodez as Marseille will be up against FC Nantes. Those are the games going down tonight. And we'll move to the other side of the show this morning where we look at headlines on pages of Nigerian newspapers, same as a burning issue this morning. Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has announced the winner of the presidential election conducted on 25th of February. And well, the elected candidate, the president-elect, thank you very much, made a statement also today calling everybody together to work to make sure Nigeria moves forward. This and more we'll be discussing, same as headlines on the pages of Nigerian newspapers. Do not go anywhere. AM Update is still live.
Solutions 93.9 FM.
News, sports, entertainment. Top 100 music on your Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
Hereby certify that I am the returning officer for the 2023 presidential election held on the 25th of February 2023. The election was contested. The candidates received the following votes. Tinubu Bola Ahmed of the APC, 8,794,726. Obi Peter Gregory of the LP, 6,101,533. Musa Mohammed Rabiu Kwankwaso of the NNPP, 1,496,687. Abubakar Atiku of the PDP, 6,984,520. That Tinubu Bola Ahmed of the APC, having satisfied the requirements of the law, is hereby declared the winner and is returned elected. We have therefore taken the decision that the certificate of return to the President-elect and the Vice President-elect will take place here at 3 p.m. today. For senators and members of the House of Representatives-elect, the Commission will issue a statement tomorrow on when the presentation of their own certificates of return will be made.
Okay, that was the INEC chairman declaring Bola Ahmed Tinubu of the APC, president-elect of Nigeria, in the early hours of this morning, and also telling us that by 3 p.m. today, the certificate of return will be given to the president-elect of Nigeria.
And we should be expecting more statements coming from other opposition parties, those who also participated at the elections. Well, let's look at the headlines. That will also be part of the burning issue this morning. But let's quickly jump to the headlines. I have with me the Nation and the Punch newspapers this morning.
Okay, I have the Vanguard with me and the Nigerian Tribune.
Okay, let's go straight to 10th Senate. APC wins 51 seats, PDP 27, LP 5, SDP 2, YPP 1, NNPP 1. Cap headline from the Nation newspaper. Polls cancellation call. Federal government, eminent Nigerians lambast Obasanjo. Banner headline this morning. Tinubu is president-elect. INEC declares APC candidate winner with 8,794,726 votes. To get certificate of return at 3 p.m. You heard that sound. And we have the picture of the president-elect, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, with the APC Agbada and his cap of identification, with his hands up smiling. And we have how they stand, looking at the votes coming for APC, Labour Party, NNPP, PDP on the front page of the Nation newspaper. On the trailing headlines, APC Tinubu Shetima urge cut to prevent stoppage of results collation by INEC. This and more you can read from the Nation newspaper.
Okay, moving forward to the Vanguard newspaper this morning. INEC declares Tinubu winner of 2023 presidential election. Will review election if INEC chair speaking and the presidential NASPO Asham Okoa Dati Ahmed. Leave ADC out of your fight. BOT chair replies LP PDP. Election results. UN urges stakeholders to remain calm. Electoral Art gave a successful election. IPAC. And we also have I Owe My Victory to People of Yobe North. Hamid Lawan. And then we also have this election. A Sharia Council urges aggrieved to go to court. Court convicts company of stealing 29 million euros from NPA. All the stories you can get from the Vanguard newspaper.
Punching down headlines from the Punch newspaper this morning. The cap headline: polls fuel hit 300 naira per litre as marketers halt loading. When I saw this headline, I started developing headache. 76% of CBN anchor borrowers yet to repay loans. Uproar as candidates reject National Assembly poll results. And the pocket headline: Obasanjo partisan trying to truncate democracy, FG. And the banner headline: Tinubu in clear lead. APC candidate file suit to stop INEC, others from halting collation. And INEC insists election credible, tells parties to seek legal redress. And we have the front page picture of the Punch newspaper where West African Elders Forum, Jonathan, former president, others visit Tinubu. Well, I forgot to wish you happy new month.
I wished you happy new month when we started. You didn't get it from my rap.
Okay, I didn't get it.
You didn't my rap. I said happy new month to everybody. Welcome to EM Update. Okay, so let's go to the Nigerian Tribune this morning. And on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune, you will see the president-elect of Nigeria, Tinubu, smiling. And the major headline here says, Tinubu is president-elect. INEC declares him winner at 4:10 a.m. to receive certificate of return 3 p.m. today. An APC candidate garners over 8 million votes. Atiku gets 6.9 million votes, wins 12 states. Obi gets 6.1 million votes, tops in 11 states. Well, opposition parties demand election cancellation fresh pose. That's on page 3 Okowa Dati insists collated results illegal, say electoral umpire preparing grounds for illegitimate government. Jonathan Mahama, other West African leaders sue for calm. Well, the story on page 4 of the Nigerian Tribune.
Okay, so, well, you want to read more, get the copies of this newspapers. We've been able to get the headlines for you. Tribune, Vanguard, Punch, The Nation. Now, let's go straight to the burning issue this morning. Well, after the announcement of INEC early this morning, the president-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu had his first speech after being elected as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He will also be getting his certificate of return today.
3 p.m. today.
But he made it clear that his return, his election and the mandate is a serious one. He addressed many issues during a speech early this morning.
This is a serious mandate. I hereby accept it. That mandate to serve you, be your servant and not be your leader, to work with you and make Nigeria a great country. I take this opportunity also again to appeal to my fellow contestants to let us team up together. It is the only nation we have. It is one country that we must build together. We work together to put broken pieces together. We must work for the unity, happiness, and harmony. We can do it here. I promise I'll work with you to make Nigeria the destination of returning home to contribute to the development of our nation. Thank you. The youth, I address you first. Let me repeat that I hear you loud and clear. What do I say? Loud and clear. Whatever the cost, we are going to chart the path together. We are going to embark on this journey together, united. No one is too small to be creative. Inshallah, we pay attention, undivided attention to your education. We will be creative. Credit will be available. Education loan will be available. 4 years course will be 4 years course.
President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu of the All Progressives Congress speaking there. He was able to poll 8,794,726 votes, while Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party polled 6,984,520 votes. Labour Party's presidential candidate Peter Obi polled 6,101,533 votes, as Rabi Kwankwaso of New Nigeria People's Party polled 1,496,687 votes. Okay. Before the announcement yesterday, a former governor of Ekiti State, who happens to be a member of the People's Democratic Party, Ayodele Fayose, warned People's Democratic Party members that Peter Obi has become a force,
a tsunami in this
to be reckoned with.
A tsunami, an earthquake to be reckoned with. And from what we see on the post here, you see that it was a tight race between himself and Atiku Abubakar of the PDP.
Let's listen to Ayodele Fayose, and when we come back, we bring in our analyst, Dr. Cornerstone.
If you are flogging a child, that child must cry. It is Obi, Obi people. They chop the kidney or the liver of. In fact, Obi, let me tell you, if PDP is not careful, sir, everybody inside PDP may end up in Obi's party. I am even afraid, as I am. I didn't sleep when I was young. Obi here, Obi there, Obi there, Obi. The only problem, that will reap, that may deny Obi this presidency is the spread. Today, everybody has known what Obi is made up of. That's what I said to you, this Obi. Don't allow anybody to put stains on your clothes. You have put up a great fight, a fantastic fight. If it's not satisfied, Obi cannot say it was rigged in Atiku's place. Excuse me, when you look at the things I have here, it will help you. In the president's place, he lost election with the sitting governor there. In Lagos, Asiwaju lost election. The Speaker of the National Assembly is from Lagos. Obi lo jebe, pardon me, that's Obi.
Yes.
Obi flogging people.
Okay, Dr. Keniston is with us this morning. Top of the morning to you, Dr. Keniston. You're welcome to the program. Hello.
Dr. Keniston. Yes, good morning. We can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, thank you very much. How are you guys doing?
We are fine.
We are fine, and maybe after this show, everybody go back to bed to sleep because everybody had to wait to get the announcement from the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC.
You mean you were awake to receive the news?
Yes.
Yes, we are journalists. We have to stay awake.
It's not all the time that you have to waste your time over such issues.
No, this is the matter of the country.
Nigeria.
This is Nigeria. We have to uphold our nation and make sure that we know what's going on all over the country.
My guy, hello, in other climes, you receive the news first. Why are you waiting for the news? I know what I'm saying.
Okay.
In other climes, an election that is transparent, journalists receive the news first before the umpire. How did you end up being the one waiting for the umpire?
It's the mandate of the Independent National Electoral Commission, the chairman,
to wait for the announcement
to wait for the announcement before we can carry the news.
No.
That's according to NBC.
Listen, for the purpose of transparency, when elections are collected anywhere else in the world apart from the world they said this is Nigeria, the media receives the information first. This was what this polling unit, this is a vote here, it will come from media, this is the polling unit, this one, this, and then the INEC can start doing their collections because the machines or whatever transmitted the result is there for all to see. So I don't know what you are waiting for when you have not been able to receive that. Well, that's not my discussion today. My only concern is that, I want to wish Nigeria well for this time. Nigeria has gone to the polls. For me, as an analyst, I'd like to speak on the one end of when, based on what international observers have said, I think I'd like to say by that area that we had an election in Nigeria, but all the things that describe a free and fair election were probably not present in this one.
Can you repeat yourself?
I didn't hear you.
Can you repeat the last statement you made?
I said, based on what the international observers who came into Nigeria, who don't have anything to lose about Nigeria's election, did say that things you would use to describe a free and a fair election in anywhere in the world, that those things you would use to describe free and fair elections were not present in our own.
Things like
and transparent. Free, fair, and transparent. They were not present.
Things like. What were those things?
Number one.
Okay.
Number one, if you say about fairness of election, there are so many places where people, in fact, you would see the videos where people were telling others, if you are for this party, go home. It means there was no fairness in that regard. If you would have an election where someone would say, if you are not voting for this party and you are here, go back home. It's not a fair election because people are not given the opportunity to make a fair choice. That's number one. Transparency in the sense that, well, you would see all the voting papers flying around where 166 is turning to 1,666 with all the ticketting, with all the cancellations. Voting anywhere in the world in the 21st century, in this day and time, voting is supposed to be announced from the polling unit, and any retrieval system or any server receives that information firsthand. This is a nation that put in over 400 billion naira for the purpose of having a fair and transparent election, and we didn't see that. Which country would you say would use a manual hand, 2 plus 2, becoming 22 in an election, and you would say it was transparent? They have come to say, well, the election is not free, it's not fair, and it's not transparent. And going by the number of voters registered for this election, there are about 74 million Nigerian youths who registered for this election. Others made it about 87 million people. An election that was conducted on 20 million persons. I do not know the number of persons who will have been disenfranchised for the purpose of this election. You understand what I'm saying? That the man who is becoming the president of Nigeria is costing home victory with 8 million votes from Oyo State or from Lagos State, from Abuja or where. You understand what I'm saying? So it's really, really very, very pathetic that we are going to use a simple majority to decide who finally rules this nation. And again, let me favor.
Yes.
The area that actually got me really, really worried is the vote that came from Gombe State and Bauchi State. Word for word, statement for statement, letter for letter, decimal for decimal. So how in our lives in this current time that Gombe State and Bauchi State will have the same voting by Labour Party, we have the same voting by APC, we have the same voting by the PDP. The same number, go and check it.
Okay, for Gombe State, 146,977 for APC, 26,160 for LP, 10,520 for NMPP, 319,122 for PDP. Gombe State, and which state did you mention again?
Just check it. It's either Bauchi or Borno State. Either of those names. The same voting is B, is G and B. The same number appears on both.
Okay, we keep tracking that. We keep tracking
you
that here.
So that, if you would see that, and a lot of situation rooms I have gotten actually alluded to the fact that a lot of vote allocation must have been done rather than vote declaration. You understand what I'm saying? It's really very, very appalling that we're in a nation of this kind. If you want to vote with if you want to win with transparency.
Okay, you
we are
mentioned
not against whoever we win.
You mentioned Gombe.
Of transparency.
You mentioned.
I didn't hear you.
You mentioned Gombe, Bauchi, or maybe Borno, but all these results are they are all different. But we keep tracking, like you said.
Don't worry.
We keep tracking.
You will be seeing me. Don't worry. I will come to, because of this, I will come to the studios on, is it Monday now?
Or Friday?
On Friday. I'll give you the details.
Okay.
It's not a...
Dr. Cornerstone, let's move away from, the Tinubu being elected president right now. And let's move over to the vice presidential candidates of PDP and Labour Party. Yesterday, it seems as though they were working hand in hand to stop the, voting process.
Can you please speak up? I hardly can hear you well.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, Dati and Okowa yesterday at a conference, and they spoke about cancellation, evoking a particular section in the Electoral Act. Now, the point whereby these two parties were seeking cancellations, do not see a state whereby these parties do not even have a voice of their own, trying to have a combined force to stop the electoral process.
To stop the announcement.
The announcement, rather.
For the first time in so many years, I seem not to understand you. The same snake both beat me and you, and you are saying we shouldn't be crying foul. The same snake that beats me beats you, and you are saying that because I'm saying hey, the other one is saying hey.
Let us look at it this way. Dr. Cornerstone, let's look at it this way. Let us look at it this way. Dr. Cornerstone, hold on. If the PDP had actually hold on. Let me say this. If the PDP had actually been favored in this election, do you think that APC and the Labour Party could have joined forces together to, talk about INEC and say that the coalition should be stopped?
Favor, leave that thinking to me, because what you're asking never existed, never happened.
Okay.
I listen to you. It never happened.
Okay.
What has happened is that in the LP and the PDP, the situation room of the PDP is almost even confused to say that where the PDP won in their own situation room, won.
Dr. Cornerstone.
There's this statement that says once a person is attacked, and every other person did not see him to defend, one day the person will be attacked, no other person will come for him. We are looking for fairness in this nation. We are looking for transparency in this nation. Two people have been so affected by the same result. You wouldn't say why they will not join forces together.
But some parties pulled out. Some opposition parties pulled out.
Didn't join.
I cannot hear you on that, please.
Okay, a particular, not just one. Some oppositions pulled out of the group of parties that complained. The likes of ADC pulled out, and the presidential candidate of a particular party had already told PDP and some other parties to just congratulate Bola Ahmed Tinubu and just leave the whole complaint.
My friend, that's his business. That's his opinion. I get him. If any presidential candidate feels to make the one that has been declared winner, they should go after it. If any other political party has reasons to decide otherwise, this is a democracy. There's pre-election, there's election, and there's post-election. You understand what I'm saying? All these player infractions I will not for one want anyone for me to say I'm congratulating the winner. There are so many things that went wrong on this, even for my polling units forward. You understand what I'm saying? It was a case of an election whereby the only time election was peaceful and okay was between the hours of 8 and 10. From 10 o'clock to 3 p.m. when the collation started, I was in my polling unit and I asked the person, now, can you transfer the thing to a server? I want to see from the INEC server the election reaching the INEC server. And he looked at me and said, there's no network.
Okay, so with what has happened now?
I want to ask you a question. How do you now want me to feel? There's no network. So how are you going to make INEC see this vote from here? Not having to go to the local government. You will have to just put the information here and probably feel that the papers they are taking from here will go to INEC. I asked the people who were the agents, have you been giving your own personal copies? It was a fight for them to release personal copies to each of the persons that were agents. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, I get you, Dr. Keneston. I mean, you're speaking from your polling units, what you experienced, and we love that. Now, going forward with what
listen to me, sir. I went to about that day after leaving the studio that I went to about 16 polling units. The same issue. There was no network to transfer. If you could use the beavers to do the accreditation of votes, then why did you not have to use the beavers to do the transfer? There's no network.
You know, we also complained about this network issue when there was the cash crunch, the transfers being messed up then. Issues were raised concerning this might be a problem for the election.
My sister, do you know that the amount of money put for the purpose of this vote is 400 billion naira? If it was the purpose of getting a personal satellite by INEC for this purpose, that it was possible. Let's not give Sham an opportunity to reign.
And CBN gave them money personally.
I believe the person who won can win fair and squared, but that winning has to be transparent. That's my concern.
Okay, so you talked about transparency, but a lot of people calling for cancellation of election, and we should have more. But if 400 billion was budgeted for this election, and if they're going to rerun, that means we're spending more.
Hello, let me tell you, the first thing you should have to be thinking of now is, based on the election results declared yesterday, I am praying that we will not have March 11 visited with a whole lot of voter apathy.
Let us keep our fingers crossed, because I mean, most of these parties will surely go to court, will go to tribunal, right?
Voter apathy comes in when the person feels and probably sees evidences that his vote is not counting. That's what causes voter apathy. And according to research in Nigeria today, this is the election that has a whole lot of turnout. And if an election with a whole lot of turnout of 200 million persons, only 21 million people ended up being people who voted, there may likely going to be a whole lot of voter apathy that if care is not taken, the person who becomes the governor of the state might probably win with 11,000 or 10,000 votes.
Maybe we should also... Dr. Keneston.
Those are the... Yeah.
But did you also realize that some people did still not go out despite the whole campaign for the presidential National Assembly elections? Some people did not get their PVCs.
Yeah, that is another area you have to look at it. Those disenfranchisement. I know of 3 persons in my office who work with me who couldn't get their PVCs.
Okay, well,
come back tomorrow. Come back next tomorrow.
Okay, Dr.
Come back tomorrow.
Dr. Keneston.
The thing, yes.
Yeah, let us look at this angle here. Peter Ayodele Fayose spoke yesterday on a TV station saying that PDP is dead. That Obi, that even personally he's scared that some PDP members may be moving to Labour Party, and that Peter Obi really fought a good fight. But I mean, Peter Obi finished third. Are you also of this opinion that more PDP members will be moving to Labour Party, most especially after this result has been announced?
But I am not interested in that. What I'm interested now is about the transparency of the election that just passed, for which a winner was declared by the INEC. That's what I mean. Whoever is moving, let's leave that aftermath.
Okay, so there'll surely be more updates. There'll surely be more updates coming, most especially from the tribunal, from more of the parties, PDP, Labour Party, NNPP. We'll wait ahead of 3 o'clock when the certificates of return will be handed over to the president-elect. Thank you very much, Dr. Cornerstone, for talking to us this morning.
Thank you.
All right, Dr. Cornerstone is a public affairs analyst, and he has also, given his personal opinion concerning the results that came out after the presidential polls.
It's time for you to lend your own personal opinion on that issue this morning. 0909 88 89 939 and 0912 212 22 939. 0909 88 89 939 and 0912 22 22939. Remember, you can also drop your comments on Facebook. Solutions 939 FM is the Facebook handle. Solutions 939 FM. We'll see it there displayed, and then we read it out.
Check the time right now. This is 946 0909 888 9939. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm calling from Ibadan.
All right, let's have your take in 1 minute.
First of all, I want to congratulate the president-elect. I want to believe that is what God wants, because no matter what we do, if God doesn't want it to be, it shouldn't be. So let me just urge all other persons that they should embrace the spirit of good sportsmanship. If they have anything to contest against, the tribunal is that they should go there. They shouldn't offer any statement that is inciting or that could make their followers to start reaching out violent activities. Just like John Oyo State encouraged us, we should avoid violent activities. The winner has been declared, and I pray that God will give him the wisdom to correct so many of the anomalies of technology. And of course, we have said, may God make us to be successful under the Tinubu regime. That's my statement.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for your comment this morning. Hello, good morning.
We lost that call. 0909 88 89 939 and 0912 22 22 939. Good morning to you.
Hello.
Good morning.
Kemi, thank you for joining us. Let's go. 60 seconds.
Yes. I'm troubled of masses cannot see what is happening at the moment. But then this is Nigeria. And we only touch the newly elected.
Kemi, please, can you do us a favor? Can you move closer to your phone and change your location a bit, because we're feeling more of echo.
Can you hear me louder now?
Now, yes, we can get you.
Yes, I will urge the new elected president to please serve the masses as expected. Because at the moment we are not happy with their administration. Truth needs to be told. We are not happy. Nigerians are not comfortable with the administration led by Buhari. Now, they have been re-elected. APC has been re-elected. They should please serve the masses. All what they promised us, we should make sure they do it by reviving the economy. They should please make Nigeria a producing nation again. Because at the moment, Nigeria is not. Nigeria is a consuming nation, and it affects the masses negatively. They should please serve us with their political party or themselves.
All right, thank you very much, Kemi.
All right, thank you very much, Kemi.
But let me take this from Bassa Day Fever. Okay, first, the call. Good morning to you. Good morning.
Abiola.
All right, Abiola, your live 60 seconds.
Let's go.
Have your take.
I want to talk about the presidential election.
Okay, let's go.
Anyways, I congratulate the elected president, the new president of Nigeria. But can we have a free and fair election in this country called Nigeria? Because then I was just looking at the president and INEC promising us heaven and heart. We are going to have a credible election. We are going to have it. So how long are we going to continue like this in this country? Where we can't have a free and fair election. The citizens can't use the only power to have to elect their desired candidate. How long are we going to continue like this? Anyway, I just hope the new elected president fulfill his promises to Nigeria and correct all the wrongs of their party, of what we have seen so far. Almost 8 years now, no promises was fulfilled. I just hope we correct all the wrongs.
Okay.
Thank you and good morning.
Thank you very much. Good morning. So let's check some of the messages we have on our Facebook page.
Okay, Bossa De Favor says, Happy New Month to Mr. Dapo and Favor. Congratulations to the President-elect Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, and kudos to your state government and the security personnel who made sure elections on 25th held peacefully in the state. Also, I implore the newly elected leaders to please do the needful restructuring Nigeria in order to make us own our refineries and insecurities, make this land an enabling environment for business to survive, thereby creating opportunities for the youth that make Naira and education earn more value, as we all know that education is the bedrock of any nation.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
This is Aziz. I'm coming from Agada.
Aziz, thank you very much for joining us. Let's go. 60 seconds.
I want to use this medium to congratulate Mr. President-elect Asiwaju. You already know that their party has already freed Nigeria, but he was so lucky that people came out to vote based on their religion and tribe. And I want the president-elect to walk his talk and try to fulfill his promises, because their party is already known as the party that used to fail by failing to fulfill their promises. So he should try to do so. And I want to use this opportunity to commend the INEC also for the initiative of the Beaver technology, because it reduced the electorate to be voting severally, as in some electorate might vote 2 times or 3 times, but it reduced it. So, and I want them to correct the mistakes they make in the general election for the Guba election coming up next week.
Okay.
And I wish the good people of Oyo State to vote for the good governance their excellency presently in Oyo State. That's my take.
Thank you very much, Aziz, for your comments this morning. It is more of people coming out to cast their votes. So let's leave it to INEC to take their decisions. However, we still keep reading your messages and getting your calls this morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Okay, try and call us back. Let's go.
All right, please call back 0909 88 89 939 and 0912 22 22939.
I mean, getting the messages from people, getting the calls this morning, advising the president-elect is good. I mean, with what Aziz said, that, okay, the outgoing government has failed a lot of Nigerians. The incoming president was know how to set things right. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, my name is Akonde. I'm calling from Odono.
Okay, Akonde, let's go. 60 seconds.
Well, I appreciate the job you guys are doing, even though you've tried your best. But the lady there, I think it sounds a bit APC and it sounds a bit political.
Why do you think that, Akonde?
Well, let's just leave that for now. The reality has unfolded, and if the result has come out otherwise, one could have been saying maybe God has stepped into Nigeria in a special miracle. Because if we are talking about Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu, he told us in a clear term that he carried Buhari on his back into Aso Rock. So somebody that carries somebody into Aso Rock, how will he not carry himself into Aso Rock? So all the gimmicks, all the games are in his hands. So we don't expect anything otherwise from what we've seen. So if you are saying the election, congratulations and whatever, well, I pray that God don't bring vengeance upon Nigeria from this whatever manipulations that have happened so far. So I don't know, because God is a God of justice. God is a God of justice, and righteousness is what exalts the nation. So if you are having a president that manipulates his way to the presidency and whatever on the throne, what are we going to expect?
Akonde.
Mr. Akonde, try and let's be civil, right? Let's be civil. So for your own comment here this morning, where are you going to? For you, do you think the election is credible or not?
It's not credible.
Okay, thank you.
People are lambasting for President Obasanjo for his statement and so on. It is not only Obasanjo that have spoken. The international community spoke.
Okay.
I mean,
so I hope this will not also deter you from coming out on March 11 for the governorship polls.
I don't know, because in my community here, in my voting zone, I was the number 2 that woke up early to go and line up, and I voted.
I will also implore you.
The vote count.
I will implore you not to get deterred. Let's wait. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Thank you very much, Akonde, for talking this morning.
I mean, we saw a lot of things. Sir, let me ask you, why was INEC insisting that people should not go to the polling station with their phones? Because they know that a lot of they will capture manipulations. Why did the journalists permit this to happen?
Okay, Mr. Akonde, can we clear something here?
Yes.
They said, INEC said you can bring phone to the polling unit, but not to the cubicle. That was what INEC said. Not into the cubicle where you will thumbprint. That was what INEC said. Thank you very much, Mr. Akonde, for your comment this morning.
And to Mr. Akonde, I am a journalist and I am not partisan. I have never campaigned for any political party. Neither have I, endorsed anybody. I am just doing my job as it's supposed to be. Well, should we take one more comment?
Let's check more comments as we wrap up this morning, because coming up next is Mokajue.
Okay, Olayinka Adetola with the present failure of the APC party, yet the party emerged due to the fact that our people voted for tribal and religious purpose. Is that what she said? We move forward from that and religious tribes. I wish Nigerians the best in the journey of the new dawn under the administration of President-elect Ahmed Bola Tinubu.
Okay, now this is coming from Oluwaseun Roots. Congratulations to the President-elect, and I hope that he knows the masses have decided with their vote to choose him to serve us. I will implore the President-elect to fulfill his promises to Nigerians, because we don't want to go back to the era of dark days of his party and insecurity, naira scarcity and fuel scarcity. God bless Nigeria. God bless Nigeria. That should be the word.
Yes.
Adedeji Oyinkansola is saying March 11 is around the corner. INEC should correct the wrongs done during the presidential election. I'm praying and hoping sustainable development will come to stay in Oyo State. We should all open our eyes and vote for the right candidate in Oyo State. God bless Oyo State. God bless Nigeria. Okay, Damola Lafewa, good morning to you.
Good morning, how you doing?
Dr. Konasto was saying, why did we have to, stay up late to monitor
Why
the
didn't
results?
we give out the result first before INEC did? Because this was going around social media and all.
And I think INEC being the official umpire in this thing, the main
should be
results
the one to declare.
Everything must be done officially. NBC will always tell you it is the results coming from the Independent National Electoral Commission that you have to follow. You understand? Okay, Olagunju is also here this morning. Carol. Olagunju.
Carol.
Akujuma.
Yes, Daddy. Carol. Alafia and Adirebi.
Oh, la lubarika. Adúpẹ́. Dàpọ̀ Kunubi. Kùṣẹ́.
Akujuma.
Kò ohun láfẹ́fẹ́ látàárọ̀.
Ẹ ṣeun.
O ní ṣìṣọ.
Àmín. A ti gbọ́ oríṣiríṣi lójúmọ́ láàárọ̀ yìí pẹ̀lú bí àwọn èèyàn ṣe sọ̀rọ̀ pé ìtí INEC ṣe bóyá wọ́n ní láti tún apá wọn sún sókè apá aṣọ wọn kan sùn sókè ká ti rí i pé orí àtúgbọ́ ìtí ẹni tí wọ́n dìbò yàn àti INEC dárúkọ láàárọ̀ ẹ̀.
rí pé ààrẹ tí ìlú dìbò yàn.
tí ìlú dìbò yàn pé kán wo ibi tó lè ṣe láti rí i pé Nàìjíríà sún síwájú.
èyí gangan ní kókó.
So okay, how do I announce in Yoruba now?
pé kí ni.
ètò tó ń bọ̀ mo kájú ètò ìlànà
no let me try this ètò tó pọ́n sókàn ni mo kájú ẹ̀.
Ago
ní
let me finish this.
Dàpọ̀.
Ní dédé aago mẹ́wàá ohun God let me just go let me go.
láfẹ̀ ń wá káwọn ọmọ ẹ lọ sùkúù Yorùbá o.
All right, coming up next
we are under tension. It's the pressure yẹn pọ̀ ó ti pọ̀ jù.
Coming up next is Mokajue. And well, remember, Nigeria will continue to be great. My name is Oladapo Okunubi.
And I remain Favor on Lauren Tella. Bye for now.